point of missing Trent. Um, there's partly he's right about that, but the manager has full blame on
Yeah.
this because what we used to do was play a lot of direct ball to Salah, to our weakness, to our forward players. Why don't we do that anymore? Why don't we do that anymore? Because
we got no one who can. We got no one who can. We got no one who can. We got the only guy. If I look at that entire starting 11 today, the only guy out the back six who can do that is Van Dijk.
Exactly. And here's my problem. Here's my problem. Right. I said this last week and I got shut down. I said, if we still play the same way that we're playing, Chelsea will do something against us. Guess what happened? Chelsea did something against us. Winter Surfer, you were there last week. You heard what I said.
Yep.
This is onslaught. I'm so sorry. What is your problem with Chiesa? What is your problem with changing the system? Because the system is not working. The way we press is not working. The way we're defending is not working.
There is no press.
And you're being too stubborn to change it up. My thing here, yeah, and well done, Chelsea. You exploited our weaknesses. Well done. You deserve the win. But my problem here is that when Wirtz came on, and Tom was right, there was two chances that Wirtz made where he did that. That first touch that he flipped the ball to Salah. Salah missed. Cool. There was another chance where he got it in the middle and he passed it, a good ball to Salah. Salah should have passed it first time to Gakpo. He was running onto. He was about to run onto the ball if he passed onto it. But guess what Salah does? He cuts in, shoots. Am I mad in saying, can we not just play Salah next game? Because he's hurting the team.
That's made such a difference against Galatasaray. Big difference.
Do you want to?
But you're playing.
You want to drop? You want to drop Mo Salah? You want to drop Mo Salah?
Yes, I will drop Mo Salah.
It makes entirely no difference. We could have fucking Lionel Messi on the right and Ronaldo on the left. It makes zero difference because not half the problem, most of the problem we have is the fact that when we sit there, our centre backs are sitting there wanking the ball off for 30 seconds every time they're trying to build that off the back. My full backs don't pass forwards, and we sit there. We bought 70 million quid of attacking fullback.
Can I just cook for a bit, Tom?
And we have them sit deeper than the defence, and we sit there and wonder why they can't.
That's very true, Tom. That's very true. But we cannot afford Salah to not defend in this team. We cannot afford.
Chelsea, you were great today. Galatasaray deserved it. Crystal Palace deserved it. We conceded so many big chances against these teams. This has been coming since last season.
We didn't concede a big chance today. We didn't concede a big chance today.
This has been coming since last season. When Slot decided, I'm going to start playing what I did in Feyenoord early last season, the last 10 games of the season, we've looked dog shit. We have. We look like a team that doesn't play with each other. Like, the players don't trust each other now. They're not starting to pass it in the right lanes. They're not starting to do the routine. Because guess what happened? You changed the routine on all the players that have been playing the system for the last 7 years. And then you just brought another load of players in that have never played our system and just thrown them all together. Like, you literally had a winning hand given to you by Jurgen. You had the winning hand and you won with it. Why don't you just keep the hand?
And came out. Let me just add. Hold on.
The hand got found out. What are we doing?
Hold on.
All in the middle of the park. There's no width anymore. There's no pressing. Nobody presses anymore. Chelsea just played the ball right through us. Just right through us again.
Like, even when you look at Pep, Pep has now. Oh my word. Pep has literally laid down his morals when coming to football. And what does he play now? He plays more transitional football. Why did we leave that? We're trying to play possession football and we're not being direct. What is that about?
It's crazy.
Hold on. Are we just forgetting the way last season fucking ended and the reactions we had at last season when from February onwards, we were sitting there going, fucking hell, we're shit, but at least we're winning games. And we were all sitting there going, you know, we need a new 10, we need new fullbacks, we need new strike, we need all this stuff. And now we're sitting there going, why has he changed everything? Because we asked for him to change everything. We were sitting there at the end of last season going, he needs to change this, that, and the other.
No context, Tom. There was no context.
He's not
That's no
doing it.
context.
He's not.
There's
He's
no
not doing
context.
it.
There's no
But
context
he's
with
changed
that.
everything.
Tom, there was no
We're still
context with that.
shit. But we're still shit, Tom. It's arrogance. Arrogance.
Tom, there was no context with that.
I
at
just
all.
say, your Premier League from last season.
Please,
No,
Samuel, please, some context. I missed out the fact that
Okay,
I
so
sit there for
the
8
last
months
season,
and
let me explain. Let me explain.
Guys, does loads of running down the wing, and you don't play them there. You don't play them
K-Mac,
like
let me go back to Sam. Let me go back to Sam because I'm a little confused here. Because when anyone questioned anything about Liverpool last year, I didn't hear any of this. So I'm loving hearing the truth now. Hearing the truth, you know, like that, like you feel cleansed. I feel like I'm being bathed in bleach. Samuel, talk to me.
Last season, the problem was, especially second half of the season, a lot of the creativity, a lot of whatever good happened through Salah. If you locked up Salah, nothing else happened. My problem is that this team was too reliant on Salah last season.
Yeah.
So you bought in Wirtz, you buy in Isak, you buy other players. Cool. But right now, what we are playing is not suited to the guys that we have. We need to play more direct. Wirtz needs to get the ball in.
Wirtz doesn't thrive off direct football. By Leverkusen with the least direct.
Are you telling me that, guys? Oh my word! Are you really telling me that Wirtz can't get the ball?
Samuel is waffling like crazy. Guys made a good point in 10 minutes.
By Leverkusen, when Florian Wirtz was winning Player of the Year with the least direct team in Germany, they played the most amount of short passes. So playing direct football is not the way to get the best out of it. So straight away,
what are you talking about?
Did he play with width? Did he play with wingers?
No,
okay, Matt, talk to him, please. Talk to him.
What did Grimaldo do?
Grimaldo took inside.
Thank you. It's not rocket science.
Daniel, you're sitting there making a point. You're sitting there going, thank you for the point you never made.
We need to make the pitch wider so we've got space to put our players through.
Tom, are you listening to respond or are you just listening?
In a nice proper way, we're too wide. We are too wide. If you're thinking width is the problem, no, we are too wide. We are too spread apart. Our left winger sits there and gets chalk on his boots. Our right winger sits there and gets chalk on his boots. Our full-backs have no width to get into, so they sit there, come by all with the centre-backs. Compact the pitch. Compact this. Push the wingers inside. We have wingers who got 30 goals and 20 goals, and we have them sitting there in line with the fucking corner flag. And what you're telling me is, you know what we need to do? We need to get wider. No, that's not what we need to do. If the
wingers are getting isolated and they're too wide, how does that help with short passing?
If they're too wide, there is no short pass that exists.
So what do we need to do? Maybe more long balls, direct passing, maybe?
No. Put the wingers narrower. Stop making Gakpo, who's never had pace.
Everybody plays in the number 10 position. We've got 4 players that all play in the number 10 position.
4.
Cody, Ekatike, you've got McAllister who plays in there.
Oh my God, they don't all play one position.
Guys,
you can keep them narrower.
I'm loving the debate. Obviously, there's still loads to go through. We've got a lot of super chats coming up. Everyone's had a lot to say so far. I'm sorry to skip people that were here slightly earlier, but I do really want to hear from the Don HUSAM. 3 defeats on the bounce, star players not delivering, 400 million or so spent, and a lot of, there's a lot of fans on here talking about the managers getting it wrong, aggression, panic. What went wrong today, HUSAM, in your opinion? You were beaten by Chelsea, who themselves have had a bad period. You're off top spot, but you're looking really dysfunctional. Break it down for us, please, brother.
We look dysfunctional because of the style and the system. That's why we look dysfunctional right now. Once again, the one pass is all it takes thing. It was funny against Galatasaray. It happened again today. All it took was one Robert Sanchez pass and they created a chance. And Samuel with a great suggestion of dropping Mo. I agree with that because it worked against Galatasaray wonderfully. It was so amazing when we dropped him. He played so well. Today we dropped Wirtz. We played so well as well. That's... for people still, this is for the people still blaming individuals. With Isak, we look like shit.
Performance,
Okay, I'm avoiding his performance. Okay, so with Isak, we look like shit. With Wirtz, we look like shit. With Salah, we look like shit. There is no
Well,
specific
Husam, you
individual.
clearly didn't listen to what I said in the first place. I blamed it on
Okay,
Slot
I
and the
didn't listen.
system.
So how about you let me speak so you can listen as well. How about that?
Last week you didn't let me
We don't
speak and you
both
shut me down.
misunderstand each other. So
What's
as I
that?
was saying, the problem is systematic and structural. That's the
Which
biggest
I did
problem.
say.
Go ahead, Samuel. Here you go. Speak, and I'll speak after you. Go ahead.
Listen, you shut me down last week because I said that if we play the same way that we did last week, we will lose or draw to Chelsea. Did I do it or did I not say that? You and Elijah and Winter Stafford was there, went and shut me down, and look what happened this week. When I say things, listen. You can go on.
So he just interrupted me to just bullshit for 20 seconds. Wow, well done. You were correct. Chelsea beat us. Is that what you want? Well done. You were correct. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was interrupted for no reason. I think the problem is systematic and structural. 100% it's on the manager to figure this out. I think he's playing all the wrong combinations with each other. You want to play the prototypical midfield, I think you need to go with Ekitike up top. You want to play with Isak, you need to play Wirtz behind him. Me and Tom did a stream together on Thursday. We spoke about this. If you want to play Isak, you have to play Wirtz behind him. Just run back the same exact team that you played against Atletico Madrid. That was our best performance up until we had to sub off Isak. That was our best performance that we had. That 45 minutes right there was the best football we played all season long. Frimpong, so we have an overlapping fullback. Kerkez playing with Gakpo. You got Wirtz behind Isak. They can combine with each other really well, as we saw when they both played on the pitch with each other for 20 minutes. Liverpool forced the issue and scored an equalizer. Ekitike and Wirtz cannot combine, in my opinion, unless it's like with someone else up top behind them. If you want to go with this prototypical midfield, you have to play Ekitike up top. All the combinations are wrong right now. We're playing with players who don't work with each other. Just like away in Galatasaray, when you play Frimpong right wing, just like Samuel the Great suggested, drop Salah. You play Frimpong right wing, you go Ekitike up top, who drops deep. So now you've wasted the whole concept of playing Frimpong right wing. So the problem is all the combinations that he's applying is not working. Also, his substitutions today were dreadful. Him basically, like, our right hand side got completely abused because we had a DM playing right center back and a midfielder playing right back. It's okay. You don't have to shoehorn players into the team. Take off Szoboszlai, take off McAllister, bring in some balance. We wasted 3 substitutions for no reason. Put Frimpong, the only substitution we needed was one of Szoboszlai and McAllister off, Wirtz on, and Bradley off for Frimpong. That's the only thing that we needed. Had we just made those 2 substitutions at halftime, the structure would have looked a lot better. The other thing is, and this has nothing to do with individuals, this is managerial instructions. I don't get why we're pressing so high up the pitch with so many numbers. There was a moment in time in the game where I called it out when I was doing the watch along. Sanchez had the ball and we pressed him with 4 players. I get Sanchez as shit, but you don't have to press a goalkeeper with 4 players to the level where you leave your midfield completely empty behind that. And if Slot is so convinced about playing Szoboszlai at right back, why didn't you just sign a DM then? Why didn't you just sign a DM? You should have just not signed Frimpong and signed a DM if you're so convinced with Szoboszlai at right back. We can't have our number 10 play right back against this side with the midfield that they had. The first goal that Chelsea scored, Van Dijk should have closed down Caicedo. He doesn't close him down. The second goal, Robertson falls asleep at the back post, but this is not a stream about individuals. By the way, Gakpo scored today. The rest of the game, he was shit. The rest of the game, he didn't perform. Not a single Liverpool player, in my opinion, today deserves credit, other than Maka, because I thought it's actually his best performance in Liverpool shirt in a while. So at least it shows me that, okay, he's coming back a little bit, to be honest with you. So that's something that I like. I think Slot's substitutions made us worse. That Endo substitution for me was the least logical substitution of the whole game. So they end the game with Reece James right centre back and Hato left centre back, and we decide to bring on Wataru Endo. I want to interview Slot just for 2 minutes. I want to ask him. So explain the logic. Just tell me. So you bring on Endo. Okay, now what happens? Like, what did you envision when we bring on Endo? What exactly is going to change? McAllister is off. Endo's on. Okay, so now what? Will that help us? Will that help push us up the pitch? No. Will that help us be more compact defensively? No, because I've got a DM at right center back and a number 10 playing right back. So it's not going to help us. Play players in their natural positions, run back the same team that we had against Atletico, and we need to, as a fan base, listen, these rivals can have all their fun that they want. It's banter. They can go like talk about Verts, talk about Isak, talk about Salah, but we can't scapegoat. We have to look at the team and why everyone looks like shit. When the whole team looks like shit, it means the manager needs to go back to the drawing board and set up a style and a system that makes all of these players work together. Because guess what?
You would not give the same grace to any other team. You would not give the same grace to any other team.
He's just repeating what everybody said. But anyways, go on.
Against Galatasaray, Salah was dropped. We didn't look any better. Today, Verts was dropped. We didn't look any better. So this like thing of like, let's just go with like, who am I gonna blame today?
Sam, can I just interject for a second, brother? Can I ask you a question though? Can I ask you a question? I understand the system issues. I understand he's making mistakes, but are you also not looking at like, this are good passes, but there was a touch from Wirtz when he could have gone through on goal. It kind of bounces off his shin. Some of the shooting from Salah. Do you think all of that is down to the system, or do you also concede that these players are also performing badly as individuals?
Mesut Ozil missed passes, Kaká missed passes, Roy Costa missed passes, every single 10 in history. Wirtz, when he first came on, immediately put Salah in a chance where Salah should have scored. So, yes, Wirtz missed passes. Breaking news, midfielder makes wrong pass. That doesn't change anything from what I said. They had Reece James, Achimpong, and then after that, Reece James and Hato. I can't recall one save that we made Sanchez make. Should Salah be doing better with those chances? Yes, no problem.
He only had
but we didn't create. There was not enough volume. You need to be peppering Chelsea's net with that two centre back. You need to be able to almost create a chance every attack, and we're not doing that. That's why it's not on an individual. It's not on one player. It's all the wrong combinations happening on the football pitch at the same time. It just doesn't work.
Terry, do you remember quickly just on that? Terry, do you remember that League Cup final where Chelsea became a lot more defensive when we brought on our kids? Carbon copy of today. Absolute carbon copy of today. When I saw Reece James and Jarrell Hato as centre back, I was like, right, I need Ekitike, I need Gakpo, I need Salah to run at these defenders because they're going to be very susceptible. What do? We bring on Endo and try and see out a draw. That made zero sense to me. Like, you have two players who probably haven't played centre back in almost 30 games, and we didn't even decide to go out for the.
I get that.